G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to this PAX special are open. Hope you're going well, hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm joined by three of my good mates. It's good to see them here. Pretty much the only time I get to see you boys at PAX. It's nice to see you. I see Josh every now and again. He wanders down from the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you are. Josh, how you going? Josh with Nintendvania.
Very well, thank you for having me. I love being in here in this booth. This is very cool. The Audio-Technica booth. Back here again for another year. Having a great day. Friday's like, I think, the good mix of like not too busy, but enough to go on. Like I found like it pretty easy to do things so far. So it's been really good.
Very nice. Excellent. Zach of Blind Cartridges, how you going, my friend?
I am doing well. I have spent a lot of money already, and that's concerning.
Oh, no.
And it's only Friday, but you know what? It's PAX. It's once a year.
What have you bought?
Mostly pins. So I have a lot of pins.
Wow.
It's got the Splatoon pins, got a lot of the Penny Arcade pins, and a jacket, which looks sick. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. How much does a pin cost? I'm not into the pin thing.
You can get a pack of like 4 for like $25. So
Okay.
the Splatoon packs, there's 2 of them, like $25, I think, for 4 pins. But yeah, others can be more expensive. Like the rare ones, like $20 a pin. Or as
Do you know
Josh was
these?
showing, I got those earlier, the free Pokemon ones.
Not very good.
Cost of your time, I guess, for playing the demo. But either way.
They gave me 5 minutes, so I was just like reading the actual DLC, and then like I did one battle. Yeah, now your time's up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm out of here, but I get my pins.
So I've got the DLC. I've played it. I've finished it. Can I please just have the pins?
I just want my pins. It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I would like some pins, but I don't know if I want to line up. I hate lines.
The-
I don't know why I even come
It's
here. I
pretty
hate
quick
lines
at
so
the
much.
Yeah, the free Mario one's pretty quick. The My Nintendo check-in, it's easy to get.
Yeah.
Oh, better do that one then.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Luke at youtube.com/leveneat. How you going, my man?
Yeah, hey, I'm really good. It's nice to be back here again. Last time I was on your show was in PAX 2019, where some unfortunate things happened, but
Yes.
yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. What went on?
Well, you know, they were having a
Things.
nice discussion here in the Audio-Technica booth, and then half the episode was lost. But
Oh yeah. Just rub it in.
But yeah, it's so good to be back and have a talk to you again, Drew.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining me. It's always fun to be here. And just before we move on, I usually we're so excited we get in here and we just talk, but I really just want to say thank you to the team at Audio-Technica for putting this on every year. It helps our like little podcast community so much and gives people opportunities to be able to record and being a little semi-stage here. It's really awesome. So Matt and everybody in the team here, thank you very much. Thanks for putting up with everyone's bullshit.
Well, like, thank you. And then, like, Rode don't do this sort of stuff. So
That's right.
Audio-Technica, thank you very much for supporting some local
Calling
Australian
it out.
content. Yeah.
Well, that's right. When it comes to like these audio companies, it's Audio-Technica that's here supporting our community, and all the others they've never been here.
No?
You're right,
No?
absolutely.
No? Is that enough sucking up? Is that
So-
what we...
so-
yeah.
Just congratulations where
Oh,
it's due.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
look,
right.
Matt will sign the checks now. You've done your job. You get that? No, there's no checks. There's no money. We're just joking.
And because it is pretty cool to experience this sort of professional setup for a recording like this.
It
Oh,
is.
100%.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's very different to the bedroom. Like, not the same vibe.
Yeah, you don't have all your laundry under the table. You don't have everything.
My damn cat's not around. That's good, actually. It makes it easier.
Yeah. How's that experience with no cat? That'd be nice for you.
There is no hair in here. She's molting crazy at the moment. So just hair everywhere. I showed you my white T-shirt I was going to wear today. I've just got cat hair all over it. It's freshly washed, but she just manages to find a way. So enjoying a weekend away from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a break from
Anyway, let's get back on
get a
to
break from your cat. So yeah, it's the Friday at the moment. It's a bit past 3. What have you guys been up to the first day? Been at the Nintendo booth a fair bit. Been playing many games. Been enjoying what PAX has to offer. Personally, for me, I feel a bit run down, so I went back to the motel room. So I'm a party animal. So I'm going to live vicariously through you guys.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I spent a lot of money. I went and checked the sort of diversity areas out a bit, which was pretty chill, and some like indie games made by people from the queer or trans community. So that's quite cool. So again, if you're at PAX or if you go to a future PAX, that's a little area tucked away, sort of in the upper levels that is a bit quieter, a bit more chill, and very worthwhile having a look at for sure.
Definitely.
Other than that, I haven't done the big Nintendo stuff yet. I did somehow squeeze Sonic in because it was a bit quicker to get through the Sonic line than the Mario line. But I did play on PS5, not on Switch, and it was nice. It looks nice. It's Sonic. It felt like 2D Sonic, just with a nice HD, beautiful graphics. Don't know how well the Switch version will hold up. Give that a shot maybe if I have the time. But yeah, that's sort of been my morning.
Excellent. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, so as soon as I got here this morning, I headed straight to the Nintendo booth, of course, to try out Mario Wonder. And as soon as I got in the line, you found me there, so that was amazing. So it only took about half an hour for to progress through the line to actually play the game, because they had like 4 people per game station. So the line was moving really quickly, but Mario Wonder is a lot of fun. We'll probably talk more about that later. And then after that, I've just been spending the rest of the time in the indie area, playing a bunch of games and talking to developers like Party Poppers. That just launched on Steam today, and I think it's out on PlayStation soon. When I was here last time in 2019, he was also here with that game, but he'd only just started working on it. And then there's some other games like Broken Roads, which is an interesting kind of tactics RPG set in Western Australia, so I found that pretty interesting. And then there's another like 2D platformer game with really, really nice art called Ailuri, and that was here in 2019 as well. And then I think it was maybe 2020 or something, they launched it on Kickstarter, and so I'm a backer for that as well. So it's been really good to try out some of this indie stuff. That's kind of what like one of the most interesting things I find at PAX.
Yeah, Ailuri is a game I'm really looking forward to. It was here 2019, and it caught my attention then. So, sort of, still waiting for it. They can take all the time they want.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy it's not this year. Plenty of games to play.
We heard there might be a demo soon, so there might be a chance for people to play it finally. So that'd be great.
She said there's a demo launching today on Steam, I think.
Yeah, so check it out if you're interested. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh, I know what you've been up to, but what have you been up to? We've been hanging out together.
Yes, we're bunking together in the Novotel here. So, but had a little look around, haven't we? Nintendo booth was a big one for us, wasn't it? Having that not here last year was pretty devastating for me, because that was my first PAX. So, obviously the big draw card for us. Checking out the My Nintendo store, had to line up to get a ticket so that we could line up later to buy something. So that was cool. A different way to line up for things. Bought our little merch, got a couple of pieces of clothing, didn't we? Got a nice hoodie, Tears of the Kingdom branded one. Nice. Got something for Mickey, I won't say what that is in case she listens to this. And then Zach, you probably saw this, the Bob-omb tissue holder thing.
Yeah, I have one of those at home.
Yeah, already got one.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's pricey, but it's cool, and I was just making the Bob-omb noises the entire time. It's very cool. Yeah. So that, along with the all the playable things there at the booth, tried out Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. So Metroidvania is playable there. It's one of the like Star Ocean, another sort of third-party game that you can play at the booth there. That's really fun. It was only 5-10 minutes, but getting the big like Metroidvania vibes, it's really fun as someone who plays a lot of them. So that and Wonder. I was with 3 other random people to play a Wonder set, and that is just crazy zany stuff. Just bonkers what goes on. I think I saw an article earlier this week that the collision stuff got turned off for that game. They considered having it, and they've turned it off, and I can see why they've turned it off, having played a few levels. I don't know what you think, Luke, from that as well. It's if there was collision with the players, it'd just be like crazy.
I think that's better now. And something else I noticed is when you get a power up, it doesn't pause for that split second anymore. Like, no, it's just all kind of fluid and keeps going. I think that's a big improvement, because when in New Super Mario Bros. When you had a whole bunch of people playing, and like if someone gets a power up and it freezes, I think it just kind of breaks it a bit.
Yep.
It's just like a lot more fast flowing and fluid now.
Yeah, I definitely got that as well. There's it's I don't know, and just with the wonder aspect with the flower, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like every time I saw like here we go, like what's going to happen, and it's like the map just totally gets upturned really, and it's very cool.
It is one of those things, like, we're only a few weeks away. It kind of feels like, oh, might as well just wait. But when it's right there, it's like, oh, might as well have a bit of a
Line didn't take
cheeky
too long,
play.
so
30 minutes that's a good PAX line. That's like
Oh, it's a
on the
wonderful PAX
right
line.
end of the scale, yeah. Not like an hour or two, like the merch, whatever lines, which are ridiculous, yeah.
correct. That's right.
Yeah, because last year it was like Sonic Forces.
Yes. Oh, Frontiers.
Frontiers.
Yeah.
Not Sonic Forces, Christ.
Bit of an older one.
That was a
isn't
different
it?
one. Yeah, I remember the lines being mad for that one too. I think I've just been so scarred when it comes to lines because I went to RTX in 2016, and that was like, actually the start of 2017. That was like the lineup for the Switch was just crazy.
I remember that as well.
And I was sat there for 2 hours and did not move. I'm like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
I've been scarred ever since.
Yeah, no, I remember that console, like the Switch year, that was hectic at RTX. Be interesting to see if next year there's a Switch 2 at PAX before it launches, or I don't know what it'll be, but what the queue's like for that will be crazy. I reckon. So
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I think for me the best thing that I've sort of found so far is just like one of those Nitro deck things. I don't know if you've seen it, where you can like slot it in. It becomes like a full-on handheld, similar to like a Steam Deck or something. It's got that more solid feel.
It's got a bit of a GameCube controller vibe. Doesn't it?
It has that colorway. Yeah, and they got because it's not in Australia yet, and so I had the opportunity to have a go of it, and I liked it very much. It's not perfect, like the bumpers and the triggers feel a little bit funny, but like the sticks in that feel pretty good.
Just fixes, like I mentioned this to you earlier, Drew, like, you put the Joy-Cons on the tablet or the Switch and I don't know, just you're holding it too hard sometimes and it just feels like it's going to, if you do slightly too hard, it's going to break off or something's not quite going to be there. But this was like, it's in its pouch. There's a lot of like stuff around it sort of keep it in place. And so it's really cool. So I just hope the Switch 2 is something like that. I don't know, just a bit more ergonomic.
Yeah, it's sort of...
maybe not exactly the pouch, but like, easy
so
to hold.
With the versatility of the Joy-Cons too, you kind of lose that. But at the point I'm at, I'm just sitting at home by myself. I'm not going to take off the Joy-Cons and give them to people. But if you go out, because I've had some great memories, like out at the bar or something, and you just like give someone a Joy-Con and you're playing Mario Kart and stuff. I think that's some of the best aspects of Switch. It's just I'm a loner at home. It's just here's what it is. The Joy-Cons just remind me of that. I stare at them every night and go, I'm so lonely.
Yeah, where's my player 2?
Wow. Okay. We're going deep. At a bar, you said you hand them out. Is that?
Yeah, there was one year, like a friend and I it might have been AvCon or something, and we went to a bar afterwards, and we put the Switch down and played Mario Kart.
Okay. Yeah, nice. It just reminds you of the launch ad for the Switch because they're like at the rooftop and there's a party there or they're at a basketball court. I'm just laughing like 90% of the that doesn't happen.
It might have been 2018 when Mario Party came out for Switch as well. We did 4-player at the co-op, drinks just out at PAX.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you got opportunities like that. If you had,
I suppose here it's more likely, isn't
with
it?
the Nitro deck, you're not doing any of that. So, that's what it is.
No, very true. Very true.
So I thought just like the lead up, everyone's thinking about Mario Wonder. We're really excited about it. And I thought, sort of spurred on from something Luke said yesterday. He was talking about what his favourite Mario game was. And I thought we'd just go around and have a general discussion about Mario. But I'm keen to find out what everybody's favourite Mario title is. Because is it going to be dethroned by Super Mario Wonder? God knows. That'll be nice if it is. But
It would be.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. So, Luke, what's your favourite Mario game over the years? There's a few of them, but...
Yeah, so overall my favourite Mario game would be Super Mario 3D World. Probably the Switch version just because they made it some improvements, like how they made it faster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so much better.
Yeah, when you go back to the Wii U version, it does actually feel kind of slow, but it's just so fun being Mario in that sort of thing because it's like 3D platformer, but it's still level-based. I prefer level-based Mario games instead of like the Galaxy styles thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my favorite one overall. And then for a 2D platformer, it's kind of hard to say because like the new Super Mario Bros. Ones are pretty good, but then they all start to feel the same because they are kind of all the same.
Pretty much.
But some of the older ones, I don't know if you can really count it as a Mario game, but like Yoshi's Island is probably one of my favorites just back on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still one of the most beautiful games.
Oh, looks
out
great,
there.
doesn't it? Yeah. Mickey was playing the GBA version the other day, and that looks great as well. So, we mentioned to Drew, like, the Super Mario 3D World on Switch is, like you said, with the speed. I love the Switch version so much more. I just remember playing the Wii U one and not liking it. Not really getting into it, but, like, once I got the Switch version, I just really love that game.
Yeah.
I think the whole Switch Mania thing adds to it, but just the speed is just so much better. It makes it so much easier and better to play.
Yeah.
Is 3D Land up there as well for you, since you love that style?
3D Land is a weird one because it's very similar and I like it, but they made it more of a collectathon in that where I don't like to be forced to be collecting things to make progress. So when you play that, there's like the first half of the game and the second half of the game. I finished the first half, but I think I only got about halfway through the second half of the game because at some point you just have to collect too many of the coins or whatever it is, and I couldn't really be bothered to go back and actually collect every single coin or whatever the item was to actually finish the game properly. But I think with 3D World, they reduced the number of things you have to get so you can actually get to the end without being too much of a collectathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some people think that 3D Land is technically better, but I just don't like it quite as much.
I remember when World came out, once we had enough time to sort of think about it, I did still prefer Land, just at the point where I was with 3DS.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
But now with the Switch version, I'm like, definitely 3D World's definitely better.
Yeah.
But it was just so exciting, on 3DS. I think the 3D really was utilised really well too with 3D Land. So I definitely got a soft spot because that was like year 12 at school for me. So I was in freeze. I was playing 3D Land instead of probably doing what I was meant to.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty nostalgic at this point. Over 10 years old. Christ, where's the time go?
I know. Luke, did you finish the last level in 3D World? Was it Champions Road? Is that what it is? Is that? Because I can't
Champions Path or something.
I can't do it by myself. So I need like at least 2 other people, like just get 4 of us to do it and just like pop each other's bubbles when we die and just finish it because it irks me that I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, no, I think I got up to it, but no, it's pretty difficult.
It's hard.
I didn't actually finish that level.
Yeah. Oh, I feel better then. That's good. It's not just me then. They're good.
We're all just like, no, we didn't first go. We hopped and bopped and we got that flagpole easy, mate.
I didn't want to hear that, so I'm glad that didn't happen.
No, I can't even remember. I probably didn't either. Zach, what about you?
I've got a boring one and a spicier one.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the spicy. I think it's spicy. Maybe it's not. Maybe everyone will tell me, no, that's the standard. I'm going to go with Sunshine.
Yes. I was going to guess that. Yep.
It's a weird one. So I'm probably like the antithesis to Luke. I like the collectathon open world one. So like Odyssey, Sunshine, 64, my bread and butter. And why I like Sunshine, I don't know. There's something about GameCube era Mario where it felt like there was like a world expanding. There was like going to this island and there's like this new race of creatures and like it just felt a bit more like the Mario like universe was expanding beyond the Mushroom Kingdom. I think it was like very cool and sort of was a theme of a lot of the spin-offs as well, like Paper Mario, go to another place, and like even the sports games had a lot more of the different races and creatures and stuff. And it just also felt like the most like realistic, like this is a place people can function and live in. Like Isle Delfino, it's like, they're game levels, but they're game levels that function as like, this is an island where these people live and these are their houses, and it made sense versus like most other Mario games where it's like, I don't worry about that. This is we're in like race cars now, or we're like, now you're in the sky and there's like, giant bean shoots throughout the place. Like it just sort of like felt like a more, just like a place that you could see existing, which I think really appealed to me and still kind of appeals to me. But I do get that typically they've now veered more to like, no, we just want to focus on the gameplay. It doesn't matter too much if it makes any sort of logic. I think Odyssey went a bit back towards that direction, but even that's still like you're flying in a balloon, you know, from place to place, so it doesn't have to feel as connected. Whereas, you know, I could be in, you know, the theme park level and look back and see, oh, there's the hotel level,
Yeah,
and
that's
there's
right.
the, you know, that was just very cool at the time. It was also like, you know, what, I was 10 or 12. I can't remember how old I was when it came out, and it was like a Christmas game, summertime, so just like perfect like pairing of Mario's on a beach location while it's like 40 degrees, and I'm like sitting in the aircon as a little kid being like, yeah, Mario, woo. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because Mario Sunshine is probably the only one I haven't like fully finished. It only came out. It hadn't had a re-release until Switch, and I never played it like fully through on Switch either. But it's one of those games. It's probably the game I like to watch Let's Plays of the most because of that reason. It just feels so homely. Just how how everything's connected. For some reason, it's just so. When I sit down and want to watch Let's Play, that's what I really enjoy. Because I remember years ago, Nintendo Voice Chat, they did must have been a podcast and play at the same time. They were experimenting with some video stuff. And I was just sitting there watching gameplay of it, and they're talking and having fun. I'm like, I really kind of like the vibe this game's putting out. Just and no other Mario game really has that vibe, even ones I prefer more. So, yeah, definitely.
It's got the voice acting. I don't know, like the first cutscene
Yeah.
at the
Yes.
start, like Mario's in prison. Like, I know this is so different to everything else. And the GameCube graphics, like, no longer like sharp polygons pointing my eyes as I'm playing this game. It looks like, I don't know, a really good evolution from 64. So I really have a soft spot for that one. Like, while it's like Blue Coin Mania at the end, because they rushed it a bit to get it out. I don't know, just something really unique about that game compared to every other 3D Mario. Got a very soft spot for that one. I don't think I rank it, like you, Zach, higher than a lot of other people who play the Mario games.
Yeah, and I think it's just like, we'll never get anything like it. They're never going to do another Sunshine-style game. They've learnt their lesson. And you're right, there is a lot of jank to it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the most technically perfect Mario game. But I think it's, unique, and that's why it stands up. And, like, I replayed it this year. Like, I saw the Mario movie. I'm like, I want to play a Mario game. And, I'd done 64. I hadn't done Sunshine, so I'm like, it's worth jumping back in. So re-verified my love for it. I was like, that's still held up in my mind. So that was good.
Love it.
Yeah, you didn't get the awful feeling where it's like, no, this was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was an idiot. Like,
oh, no.
I got that with 64. I don't know. I've just played that years later, and it's just not the same for me. I don't know. It's but not with Sunshine.
What about you? Was Sunshine the top of that list, or?
Sunshine's second. It is Odyssey for me. I don't know. You don't like the collectathons, Luke, but I just everything about
It's a bit of a collectathon.
Odyssey is
That one makes it better. Like, after 3D World, that might be a second favorite.
For you?
Because like they change things enough. But
yeah, I just feel like I just love the idea that he's just traveling around the world. They've got all these really beautiful like environments and different worlds for him to explore, and I just feel like there's always something there. I don't feel like there's any boring bits in Odyssey. Like, you're always it's not like 64. You get your start and you get taken out. You go through the portrait. You save your game because you don't want to like lose your data. Then you got to go back into it to do the next thing. It's like you can keep staying in the world. You can keep racking up the moons in this game, and I just love the weird wackiness to it. Just feels like it's what Wonder has kind of taken a bit of inspiration on, because it's just a bit quirky, compared to all the other 3D Marios. I feel. And then, also the reason why I like it is because it feels like Sunshine helped a little. I don't know. I'm like in Isle Delfino, and I feel like that's a world, and you sort of do all these different things to get all the different blue coins or find the hidden shine sprites. It just feels like that was an early kind of like inspiration in a way, on all those years later, to sort of get to Odyssey. And so, I'm pretty well itching at the bit for the next 3D Mario. I want an Odyssey 2. I don't know if we'll get an Odyssey 2, but I'd just love to see more of that kind of world again.
Yeah. I'm thinking like all the rumors about like a fully open world Mario game, that gets me pretty excited after Bowser's Fury. Yeah.
Yes,
So
that was great, wasn't it?
that'll be unreal, but until then, we won't know. But I love the diversity here, boys. All picking different games.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick the exact same game. No. Yeah, it's like 3 people say their favourite Mario games and no one mentions Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, that was another one up there. Yeah.
Yeah, so like...
That's my third.
For me, I prefer Mario Galaxy 2, and I feel like that gets overlooked a lot because
It does.
the first game just blew 3D platforms out of the water. It was just amazing doing a long jump around a planet and being able to land exactly where you took off on that jump. And what they did with Mario Galaxy 2 is just like take those mechanics and just put them into like a completely different level with like being able to ride Yoshi and everything. And I think even like for me, I preferred the streamlined way you get to levels where you're on like the Starship Mario and you basically select your level you go to instead of like the observatory.
Yeah.
I love a hub world. I thought the
I do too.
observatory is trash of all the hub worlds.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I loved about Starship Mario was how, like, as you played the game, more characters like appeared on the starship. Like you got the pink Bob-omb buddy from like the 64 levels and stuff. Like that kind of like, I love building little towns in games. So like, even though it wasn't really a town, it just felt like, oh yeah, I'm building up my crew, and yeah, it was cool to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you're progressing as things go on, and yeah, I have not played that game in years though. Like, I played through it, and
I've never actually played Galaxy 2.
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
I feel like a lot of people have missed it just purely because it's like Mario Galaxy 2. It's
Yeah, because
you've played
Then they've
the
done
first
that.
one.
Yeah.
A bit later in the Wii life, wasn't it? 2010, so towards the
Yeah.
end of it dropping off a little. That's for people, I suppose. I just want on Switch. I'm annoyed it wasn't part of 3D All Stars. Like
Oh, my
Nintendo
God.
just does 64 Sunshine and the Galaxy 1, but not Galaxy 2. I just feel like they were missed opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, like, if they had that, you could almost probably play every Super Mario game. That's like the one that's missing. Or maybe 3D Land as well. Sorry, I forgot about. Yeah, there's a few,
true.
but like it's most of them are there. Like, it's so close, but it's not going to happen. I feel we're too late in the cycle for it to pop up.
Am I going to boot up the Wii again? It's like maybe I should, but I'm probably not.
But
Yeah.
because I haven't played it before, and because the Wii U eShop was shutting down, I did actually buy it on the Wii U Virtual Console if I do want to
yeah.
play it
Oh,
at some
yes.
point. So
Smart.
I have it ready to go. And back in the Wii days, I never actually finished Mario Galaxy, but when the Switch version came out a while back, I did play it and finish it on that, and it was really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things I think about every now and again because a lot of people like you missed it. But I feel like saying to people sometimes, like, remember Mario Galaxy? Remember how good that was? They made a second one.
Yeah.
And it's out right now. You feel like people are just like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I don't remember being as excited for a game as Super Mario Galaxy. I don't know. I was 12,
Yeah,
12
I
years
agree.
old, and I just remember seeing the trailers at E3, and then like that 3-4 month period before it came out was just the longest thing for me. I've never been more excited for a game, and then when that came out, I loved it. So
Did you get it for Christmas that year? I got my
Yeah.
copy for
I think
Christmas.
I did.
Christmas,
Yeah. Yep.
Mine was a Christmas game, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. For me on Wii, I remember being so excited for Mario Kart Wii and Super. Well, actually, no, I wasn't keen for Super Smash Brothers. It just sort of came out and I bought it and I loved it. Those were the days when I didn't have to wait so long.
No, that's right.
I remember.
Different now.
I remember the wait for Mario Kart being agonising. I was waiting for that one.
Yep.
I think Galaxy. I can't remember how much I was looking forward to that. I remember really wanting it for Christmas, but
I was still young enough when it was coming out that I didn't understand release dates, and I thought it might have come out when the Wii came out, and I was very gutted when it was not out. When I got my Wii, I'm like, oh, it's like a year later, but it was, it was a long wait.
It was definitely.
it's a hell of a year with like Metroid Prime 3 and
Yeah.
not
Massive
that
year.
I played that when I was a kid, but or yet.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah, that's like the Mario Galaxy 2 for me. It's like, remember that Metroid Prime? They made 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What am I doing here?
True, they made 4. Do you not remember Federation Force? Like,
Oh,
you know,
True,
come
that's
on.
a Prime game. That's a Prime game.
Will 4 be announced any day now, won't it?
True.
Any
Hopefully.
day.
Hopefully.
Shadow Drop.
Yeah,
PAX AUS Shadow Drop.
Oh, if only. If only.
Yeah. No, it's all very fun, the Mario stuff. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, so we've said a lot of the 3D stuff.
Yeah. Is that where we all sort
Yeah.
of gravitate towards, or? 3D?
Probably, it makes...
I think I do.
Because I think in general I don't really like 2D platformers that much anymore unless they're like a very specific sort of thing, but I just generally kind of prefer 3D platformers and stuff these days.
Yeah, I think I do too. I obviously love the obviously classic Mario games, but yeah, it's definitely I think like Mario 64. None of us said that, but that is a game I get really torn between Galaxy 2 and Mario 64.
Yeah.
Because that's another game where I just used to love going to Bob-on Battlefield and doing triple jumps.
Yeah.
And, like, knocking the Cooper out of its shell and just driving it around. And when I ran into something and lost it, I just reset the level, go back and do it again. And
Yeah.
that was like truly like a playground. And as an adult now, I don't have the creative playfulness where I'm just playing in a game. I'm just always doing an objective. But yeah, that was when I was going to friends' places and just playing their copies and all that. Super Mario 64 DS. You guys enjoy that one? Because I didn't realize how much people hated it because of the D-pad until I got older.
It didn't bother me at the time, the D-pad. Like, it felt weird, but it wasn't enough to stop playing it. I'm seeing a lot more love come from it now, as I think those kids that was their first Mario game are now adults. And I'm seeing a bit more of that.
Yeah.
30-year-olds now.
Yeah, pretty much. But God, like, when are we going to get it? Like, that's the only time, like, Wario has been playable in a main Mario game. Like, we need more of that. Come on. Like,
four characters, the mini games. Like, I'm seeing Luigi dealing out cards, and I'm like playing blackjack and all the mini games. Like, that was great. And then I finished Super Mario 64 DS before I finished 64 normally. So that was my sort of introduction to it, because I never owned the 64 version. I would borrow it from friends, but I just loved it. It wasn't an issue for me using the touchpad the touch screen with the stylus to sort of move the character around. I just loved it. It was portable. It was amazing.
Did you guys do the multiplayer, actually? That was a really overlooked feature of Super Mario 64 DS.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're a time limit and you're running around on these maps trying to collect as many stars as possible, and you're hitting each other to knock stars out.
Yes.
It was really good. Like, it was just...
That'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Similar to like a Mario Kart battle mode vibe, I reckon.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried it,
Yeah, like thinking back, it would be cool if there wasn't a time limit and they had like some other objective or something. Like, they could really play with that and actually incorporate that into like another 3D Mario game in the future. But I guess just as far as the future goes, like I mentioned with the rumor about like an open world Mario game, that really excites me. It sounds really strange until we got Bowser's Fury, which was open world, and you're sort of doing puzzles and unlocking other parts of the map and all that. And I was just so surprised how well that worked. And you can imagine how many years has it been since Odyssey? It'll be like 7 years by the end of next year if it's a launch title.
6 years Odyssey.
Now,
right now, but
Yep.
say when it comes, like the earliest it will come out will be like a summer.
Yeah, it'll be 7.
Summer next year. So
Yep.
you can imagine how much time has gone into it. Yeah, that gets me super excited, just how polished and everything it will be.
Is that got to be the biggest gap for the like Mario 3D team? Probably has, right?
Yeah, I would say so quite easily. They're on like a 3-year rotation, pretty much.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, I guess Bowser's Fury kind of is a half like step though.
Yeah, if you don't count it, then it is.
I don't really, but I guess you should in some ways. Yeah. It's a bit like a half step.
Yeah, they kind of tested the waters, didn't they? Sort of made another excuse for people to buy 3D World on the Switch. That's so fun, isn't it? I was just
That's some of the best music in the whole Mario franchise, and that's a lot to say when it comes to Mario
saying
music.
a lot, yeah.
I've got the soundtrack for it as well. Back on Club Nintendo before like the My Nintendo thing, you could like get the soundtrack from there.
The 3D, with like the covers them all playing the instruments or whatever.
As the cats, they're playing the instruments. It's such a good soundtrack.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's cool.
That's like one of my favorite parts of the Mario movie when like it goes to Bowser and it's got the Bowser's Fury music playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that.
I understand that reference.
I rewatched that the other night. That is just littered with references. Like I knew that first time watching, but watching it again, I saw a Pikmin somewhere, like a modern Pikmin. Just little things like that, man. Just like I should freeze frame this movie every 10 seconds just to see what's going on behind the scenes.
I actually haven't watched it again. I just I bought it.
Yeah,
but I haven't watched it again. I just bought it on iTunes and haven't sat down and watched it again.
I bought the Blu-ray or the what is a 4K called? 4K Blu-ray? I don't know.
4K. The black ones.
Yet to unseal it and watch it.
I bought the regular Blu-ray and did watch it again. It's still really, really good.
Yeah.
Big fan service kind of movie that the fans will love. So yeah.
I've just listened through the soundtrack probably like multiple times when I'm
working.
Yeah.
That was great.
I was actually trying to seek out the Bowser's Fury theme, but it's not like labeled that. So it comes in like halfway through a particular song. I'm like, okay, now I finally found it. Now I forgot it. So
That's fun, listeners. That's like a game now you can play.
Yeah, let us know.
Where is it on the soundtrack? Let us know.
There'll be someone out there who knows, potentially.
Usually is, isn't there?
Yep, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how much are you guys like into like the Mario spin-offs? What's one of your favorite Mario spin-offs? And for me, it's quite easily like Mario Kart. But in some ways, that's cheating. So.
Mario Battle League Football. What a great game that is.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
I mean, I love the spin-offs. There's a lot of bad ones, but
There's a lot of bad ones.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm definitely fond of Paper Mario, at least the first 3. So I'm very keen for the
Yes.
Thousand Year Door remake. That's probably my favorite. But I would say don't sleep on Super Paper Mario. It often gets lumped with like the bad ones because it's different, but it's actually still very good. Just platformer more than an RPG. But yeah, Thousand Year Door's got to be up there just because, again, I love that world building. The humor's like on point. It's just such a fun RPG. Long, and there is a bit of like a lot of GameCube games. You can tell at one point they ran out of time and they like fetch quest. Got to go everywhere you've ever been for like 2 hours and come back. But you sort of push through it. But yeah, that's one for me.
Yeah, when I haven't played the game yet, so when I heard about that, I'm like, oh no, but I'll have to push through that bit. Hopefully it's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah, they might, who knows, they might cut it down a bit or add in like some more fast travel in the remake.
Like they did with Wind Waker. They fixed that, didn't they, a bit to make the travel between the islands a lot quicker.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Touch wood.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah.
Earlier this year, I actually played through Super Princess Peach for the first time.
Yeah, nice.
Like, people say it's bad because, Peach is, I don't think they would ever do this again, how her powers are emotions. But it's actually really fun. It's a cool little platformer where the art style is almost exactly the same as Yoshi's Island on the Super NES, except higher resolution. And you go through the levels, you use your powers to do different things, like you can set things on fire, you can put things out with water, you can like fly up in the air, and what was the fourth ability? Something else, I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, you just go through the levels. In each level there's 3 toads to find, and it's just a really cute little nice 2D platformer with, starring Peach. And, Peach has a new game coming out next year, which is going to be really fun, I think.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
But yeah, I think it's kind of hard to get because it's only on the DS and it's an expensive DS game. But I think if you can, give Super Princess Peach a try.
Did you pick it up secondhand or?
Yeah, there's a lot of retro game shops I go to in Perth, and I found it at one of those at some point, and I kind of put off playing it for a while, and then earlier this year I finally just got around to playing it, and yeah, I'm glad I did because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember wanting to get it as a kid, but you've only got limited funds, so you did
Yeah.
not go towards Super Princess Peach.
My like dumb boy brain that like society had trained me like, you don't want this, it's a girl game. Like, stupid me.
That's a game for girls.
Yeah.
I can't play that. Yeah, and in a few years, probably earlier, you'll play Nintendogs.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much. Yeah.
Like the rest of us. God, I love Nintendogs.
So good.
What about you, Josh?
I think Mario Party. I just love all the entries. I just love how there was a period of time where they were doing it yearly. People were probably hating on it at the time, but I think each one's really brings something really special. Whether it's the different modes on the board, the different characters, but then the mini games. I don't know. Just something to me about like playing those first 3 on the 64, just with friends and like growing up with that is just really special. And then being like one of the few people at my school to have a GameCube, at least I had the 2 brothers at home to play these games with.
Yeah.
And so had like played hours and hours of Mario Party 5. Really love that game. Pushy Penguins, love that mini game.
Yes.
Just getting through that. So so I pretty well got all of them. I need to get 7. 7 on the GameCube is so rare to get. Very expensive now as well. But outside of that, got all the others and love Mario Party Superstars. Couple of years ago, that sort of culminated all the sort of 64 and the GameCube games together.
That one is so good. Like, it's so good to have a revival of a good new Mario Party again, like going back to the retro stuff. And because I don't think 9 and 10 were very good, but yeah, these new ones like the Super Mario Party on like the first one on Switch, and then Superstars, the more recent one, they're just so good.
A lot better. 9 and 10 tried to change it, didn't it? With everyone in the same carriage together, it doesn't work. It's meant to be Mario Party's about fighting against each other and competing and ruining those friendships, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm glad it's back to true form. I just want a DLC for Superstars, and they never did it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm surprised they didn't. I really thought they would, because they could
More
have added
boards.
more boards and
Yeah.
stuff.
So, maybe one day.
I never actually played Superstars. What was the first one on Switch called?
Super Mario Party.
Super Mario Party.
Super Mario Party, yeah.
Because that was all new stuff.
I remember
Yes.
I bought it, and Bryce came over just to play it with me, and we played with 2 other CPUs, and the whole time we're just laughing because there's a Wario, and he's just getting absolutely smashed. He's getting going on all the wrong pieces. He's at the very start. He's got no stars. He's just getting absolutely smashed. We're laughing the whole time, and then at the end he gets all of the handicaps, and he won. We're like, what the hell?
Oh, was it like move the most spaces or something? Or
Yeah, like
handle
move the least spaces.
I hate that.
Get hit by the most stuff.
Yeah.
Lose
All
the
the
most
red spaces,
He got all of them, and he won. We're like, what the hell?
No, I hate that.
And I don't think I played it since. I spent my I literally spent my $80, and I'm like,
Great
oh, that was my experience. So I haven't even played Superstars.
No, I'm a bit of a traditionalist. You get one for most coins, and then the mini games as well, and then maybe a third, chance one. But yeah, outside of that, I don't like the other random prizes they give you.
Like, can you determine? Can you have got switches on there or something? I've got no idea.
Depends on the game.
You do?
Yeah. I think Superstars had a bit of functionality like that. I'm trying to recall that now. Yeah.
You can go like the classic rules of
That's right.
Who gets the bonus stars. I can't remember exactly what the qualifiers are for that, but you can go the classic rules or the modern rules where it's a bit more random. But with the classic rules, you can be a bit more strategic of actually like trying to land in certain spots to get the highest score.
Yeah, that's better. A lot better.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's also for me, like growing up, I was sort of thinking, like, I'm not into board games or anything. I was sort of thinking, like, why? It's like, I'm an only child. I don't have anyone to play with. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and play a Mario Party CPUs compared to, I don't know, is it any different to playing CPUs and Smash Brothers or anything? It's a little bit.
It's close, but not quite the same. I don't know.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
and they also like the first 1 or 2 had a like campaign mode, and then they sort of stopped with that. And I feel like that's, at least with Smash, you had like the events and like adventure mode, like stuff to like do when you're by yourself. Whereas Mario Party got rid of that pretty quickly.
I just have to bank them all up, and when my son gets old enough, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna beat you at some minigames, mate.
Yeah. I've got a whole childhood of memories to catch up on and create.
Yeah, Mario Party 1 to, what is it now?
Oh,
12?
12, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it
Well,
depends
plus-
if we're
plus the
counting
Blood
like
Bowl one.
DS
the
or Island
DS
Tour
and
or
Island Tour and
all
GBA
them
one,
top
yeah.
100. Yeah, all the spin-offs. Yeah,
All right, I've got a bit to catch on, champ.
yeah, you got a fair bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
What about yours?
I think for me, just it would have to be Mario Strikers Charged on Wii. Just
so good.
ignoring Battle
Great
League
game.
on Switch. Don't buy that trash. But yeah, I really loved it on Wii, and that was another game where I remember picking it up from Target. Might have been $10 off. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll pick it up. That was like my first console, so there's a lot of games I didn't have access to on Game Boy Advance or Switch, so I thought I'd give it a go, and that was one I just loved straight away. And I love just like the wackiness, being able to just like the aggressiveness as well as Mario Strikers Charged. It's very different compared to what you expect from a typical Mario game. Everyone's very angry and very rough and violent.
Yep.
So it was like elbowing each other into like an electric fence on the side and all the power-ups and everything. I thought it was just like, it had a really great atmosphere and a different vibe to what you would expect with a lot of other Mario games. So that always stood out to me, and I was really looking forward to a sequel, but it didn't quite live up to what I wanted, but it is what it is. But yeah, I absolutely love it. And I went back and played the GameCube version too, and that's really great too. It's a lot faster as well. It feels like a completely different game. It's kind of like just really arcadey and a bit like a foosball table replacement in some ways, just with how you're playing it.
Yeah.
Just oh, it's in.
I love the like the animations in that when they get they're about to do their super shot or whatever it is. Seeing all these characters in a bit of a different light, and then like even with the Wii, like you could be the goalie and you could remember like put your hands up and there's motion controls. You could stop the ball sometimes. You can't really do that with the other, the sequel. It was not quite the same. So that was my first one too, and I haven't played the GameCube one. So love Charged, great game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're coming up to, I guess, the last 5 or 10 minutes here at the Audio-Technica booth, but I thought we'll just wrap up with 20 questions, if you can guess what game I'm thinking of. And
Mario.
Is it hard? Is it easy? Well, you have to tell me. If you get it in the first question, well, that's embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
Or that means you can read my mind as well. It means you
That
have
would be,
powers.
yeah.
That's very impressive.
That would be good.
So, yeah, just a yes or no question, and we'll go. So we'll go Luke first to Josh. So start off, my friend.
Okay. Was it originally released on a system that takes cartridges?
Yes.
Me or
You.
me? I think I have to ask, is it a Mario game?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it released after, on or before? Sorry, after, including January 1st, 2010, or after?
No.
Okay. So it's not Switch or like 3DS. That's where I'm getting. at.
Okay, so it's before that. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it on the Super Nintendo?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Yoshi playable?
No.
Is it a platformer?
No.
Okay,
All right.
that's good.
Is it Super Mario Kart?
Well, okay, these are some rules. If
If
you have
you
the
guess
guess,
it.
if you guess wrong, like
That's it.
you'll lose. So you gotta narrow it down a little bit more if you're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That is a super.
Is it a racing game?
No.
Okay.
Thank God.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Drew.
I didn't explain that. To be fair, I
Yeah,
can't just
it's
chuck
fair.
that in.
Do you need extra peripherals to play the game?
No.
Okay, so it's not paint, is it? That's
That needs the mouse. Yeah.
yeah,
or
that's the mouse. Yep.
Okay, so it's not a platform to spin off. Is it a puzzle game?
No.
Not Picross.
Ooh, okay.
So it's
On the Super Nintendo.
something on the Super Nintendo that's not a racing game. Did we say or not if it's a platform already?
It's not a platformer.
Not a puzzler.
platformer.
I'm getting. This is.
Yeah, I'm trying to rack my brain to think what it could be. This is a good one, Drew.
Oh, cool.
Very good.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So is it a puzzle game though?
I just asked that.
Exactly.
You said no. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're struggling now. We're trying to. Oh man.
Is there a horse and carriage in it?
Yeah.
Do you actually play as Mario?
Yes. That's 10 questions.
Okay.
Oh, is
Bit of time.
it's an RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it developed by Square Enix?
Yes.
All right.
Probably didn't need that. But
No.
still.
It's like, no. I was like, oh, no. What is it? Who's next? Who's gonna?
So is it like Super
Bring it home,
Mario
Luke.
RPG?
It is.
Hey.
Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo getting a remake. So
Very good. How many questions was that? I was getting worried for a
it's
second.
13, including the
All right, so we had a bit of time.
yes. Yeah. So yeah, good job, boys. I thought that was going to be really easy, but when you're like, oh, I'm a bit flustered. Oh, it's like, look here.
I think it doesn't like you often think like Mario Kart and Super Mario World, and after that, particularly because it didn't come out in Australia,
Yeah.
like, I feel like it's just
Yeah.
like out of sight, out of mind. It's like, oh, that's right, it was a game.
That's so weird. I don't think I even knew that because I wasn't playing games when
Yeah.
that game came out. So when you just hear people talk about how good it was and people playing it back in the day, I never actually looked to see if it came out in Australia.
Yeah.
We kind of take it for granted now, like day and date releases across the world, but we got shafted a lot by Nintendo back in the day, whether it didn't come out or...
Yeah.
I remember as a kid waiting for Pokemon games, we're like, guys, it's been 3 months. It's been 3 months. I want to pick my Charmander and go for an adventure.
Yeah, we get very good now. It's not like just like those Japanese-made games that are just made for Japan now. They're like, I think of like Earthbound because that was North America at least as well. Australia
Yeah.
didn't get it, so
Yeah.
very very lucky now to get everything.
Yeah, what did we get that they didn't? We got, was it Doshin the Giant on GameCube?
Yeah.
Not
We didn't
in
get that one, I don't
Australia.
think.
It came out in
Oh,
Europe.
it's just Europe. I didn't even
Yeah.
get that. Oh,
No,
Often we get like screwed on both ends. Like Europe might get something or America gets something. If one of them misses out, we definitely miss out as well.
Yeah, correct.
It's weird. I don't know why. I can't think of much that we got.
Yeah.
but others didn't.
If you bring the game to the Europe, you got to bring it everywhere the Commonwealth exists. So
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
the Queen should have really pushed for Doshin the Giant in
Ocean the
Australia.
Giant, another Kodar. Come on, Queen.
Yeah, Queen.
What are you doing?
Queen.
Well, I guess she's gone now. Rest in peace. But
Rest in peace, Queen.
King Charles. That's your mission statement for the next for your tenure. Make sure we get everything.
At least we're getting the Another Code remake now. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes.
That was Charles's doing. So yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Charles.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Charles.
Charles.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I'd like to play it. Yeah. So everyone, that brings us to the end of our PAX special here at PAX Australia 2023. Guys, thank you very much for joining me, and Audio-Technica crew, thank you very much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate it. Boys, where can they find your stuff online? Luke, you've got your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so youtube.com/LVANEEDE, and yeah, you can find me on there with all my video stuff. That's all good. Yeah.
Bloody beautiful. What about you, Zach?
At Eggerino on X or Twitter. Otherwise, I know we've still got the Twitter logo on the Audio-Technica thing, so let's keep the legacy. But yeah, our podcast, Blowing Cartridges, if you just search that in a podcast app of choice, it'll come up, or, searches on social media will also most likely come up. So yeah, come check it out. We just launched our episode with Josh here about Pikmin, so that came out this week. So yeah, give it a listen because it's a fun one.
Excellent.
That was fun. Had a very good time with that. So yeah, Josh of Nintendoania, I do a fortnightly Nintendo podcast, news, topical stuff as well. Cover the new releases when they come out. Nintendoania on all social platforms. Check me out. Be much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Go and support them, guys. Check them out. The link's in the show notes. But until next time, guys, the doors to the House of Mario, they're closed. Catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is recorded in the southeast of South Australia. It is produced by me, Drew Agnew, and is supported by my kind and generous housemates at patreon.com/iDrewby. Call in for my behind-the-scenes podcast, secret recordings, and heaps good. The South Aussie take on a conversational show with my good friend Josh of Nintendoania. A huge shout out to the legends who support me at the iDrewby Patreon Mega Feed tier or higher on Patreon, including Brendan Myers, Oliver Chaston, Samuel Hay, DJ, and Lemonade. Let's continue to make passionate Nintendo content as we climb the stairs to 300. Thank you.